So with every new iOS update, Apple continues to add more options and features to your iPhone in order to optimize the performance, improve battery life, and change the look of your device. So today I'm going to show you how to unlock what I like to call beast mode. This will allow your iPhone to look really cool and at the same time optimize the performance and improve battery life altogether. So let me show you how to do this. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to optimize visibility on your device and improve dark mode on your iPhone, therefore improving battery life. So the first thing you're going to want to do on your iPhone is head on over into settings, go under accessibilities, go under display and text size, and you want to turn on this option right here. This one is called show borders, and this obviously will show borders around elements within the OS. You see there the button to go back. If I turn it off, turn it back on, gets a border around it right there. So this goes over to the dock as well. It translates over to the dock. You see we get borders around the dock, borders around the search tab, borders around the widgets, and notifications and the clock on the lock screen, which is extremely important for visibility. You see there's the clock, there is the actual notifications, even the shortcuts here get the borders. So that's the first thing I recommend you do on your iPhone to improve visibility. The number two thing I recommend is unlock ultra dark mode. This is what I use in order to make the dark mode experience even darker, therefore improving battery life. So the way to do this is going back into settings. Under accessibilities, you want to enable reduced transparency, just like so. Now this once again will make the dark mode even darker. You see right there, improving visibility. As you can see, we go into the control center. We have, less contrast here as well. And if we go back two times here, and then we go into the actual display and brightness, you see here under liquid glass, we now have the tinted option that we can select. However, if Apple gives you this prompt right here where you have to turn off reduce transparency in order to use the tinted option, here's the workaround. Select tinted, go back, and then go ahead and select the action button settings. So go under the action button options, scroll over until you find the accessibility options. So let's go ahead and go into the accessibility options right there. And then right here under actions, make sure you enabled reduce transparency. So right there it is, reduce transparency. So now you can go ahead and use the action button while having the tinted option and enabling that reduce transparency and that tinted option all together, giving you that ultra dark mode experience on your iPhone for optimal visibility, optimal battery life. And if you want to take it even further, you can actually go ahead and customize the clock here as well on your iPhone. In order to choose the dark mode option, just go all the way to the right, go to the picker here for the colors, select the color black, just like so. Go all the way to the right on the color and also on the intensity here for the opacity. And there you go. This is the way I optimize my dark mode experience on my iPhone in order to get optimal visibility, optimal performance in terms of battery life and everything like that. And it just looks a lot better. Take a look right there. Look at the widget. Look at the dock. Everything looks so much better using these options. So now let's talk about improving security and optimizing performance on your iPhone. The first thing you want to do is head on over into settings, go under privacy and security, scroll all the way to the bottom of the list, and you'll find the background security improvements. Tap into this option. If this is turned off, I highly recommend you enable it. This will allow your iPhone to download any security patches, improving the security of your iPhone without having to update your iPhone. So it just updates the security in background. It downloads the security files. So if Apple releases a new software update that you don't want to update to, you can still get the latest security patches. So make sure that you enable the background security improvements if that option is turned off on your device. Now, the next thing I recommend everyone to do, and this is under privacy and security as well, go under privacy and security, location services, scroll all the way to the bottom where you find the system services right here, and then scroll all the way to the bottom once again, and let me show you a few options that I always turned off. So right here I have this improved location accuracy, iPhone analytics, routing traffic, improve maps. These are all services that are on by default to help Apple improve their services. However, it's constantly sending data back and forth, and if you turn these off, obviously that data will not be sent to Apple, improving battery life and performance overall, I've noticed. And also you can go even further here and go under significant location and turn off your significant locations as well, so your iPhone's not constantly tracking you. So yeah, in terms of privacy and security, those are the options you're going to want to change. Now, on a side note, if you want to opt out of sending analytics data from your Apple Watch and your iPhone, you can actually do this on your device by going into the privacy and security section of your device, scrolling all the way to the bottom. Right there it is, the analytics and improvements, and this is on by default. This will send data to Apple, things like location and other data from your Apple Watch and your iPhone to improve services, but you can opt out, you can turn it off, and therefore you can improve the battery life of your device and obviously not share that information if you don't wish to do so. So now let's talk about a few minor changes that I do make on my device in order to improve battery life even further. Now there's a bunch of options that you can turn on or off in order to improve battery life, but I don't like to tamper with too many features in order to not take away from the user experience of the operating system. But these two options I think are worth turning off because the battery life, gain is substantial. So go into settings, go under the sound and haptics options right here, scroll down until you find the feedback right here for the keyboard. So keyboard feedback, you see this option right here, haptics. If you have this on, when you're typing on your iPhone, the Taptic engine, the motor inside of your iPhone will constantly vibrate. So Apple recommends you actually turn this off. They do give you the option, but if you have it on, your battery may be impacted in a negative way. So if you turn it off and only get the sound when you're typing, this will improve battery life as it's not using that motor inside to give you that feedback. So that's the one thing I recommend you change there. And number two, I want to talk about background refresh for applications. So go under general, scroll down, and right here it is, background app refresh. Select here, and then you have several options here on the top. You have the ability to have your app's background refresh with cell service and Wi-Fi only, or turn it off altogether. Now I recommend either Wi-Fi or turning it off altogether. Obviously you have the option to do each app individually, so I like to just turn it off altogether, just like so, and no background refresh will happen. This will improve battery life and performance. Keep in mind, you'll still get your notifications for all your apps. This will only freeze the app in the background for no background activity, but you still get your notifications, and this will improve the battery life dramatically on your device. Again, there's a lot more options you can change in order to optimize the battery life on your device, but I don't like to tamper too much with the operating system because it kind of takes away from the fun of the software, right? So either way, guys, let me know what you think about this in those comments down below. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.